Hi, I'm Kim Trotta, and I'm going to be talking about Race in Postwar American Cities by Keegan and Black Trash by Charles Mills. And in Keegan's article, it brings awareness to the economic expansion and the middle class that emerged post World War II, but it served largely to disadvantage families of color. So the Federal Housing Administration would grant low interest loans to families, but it wouldn't grant them a lot of the times to families of color. And so they didn't gain the same access to wealth by home ownership that other families did. And this served to widen the gap between people of color and white families. And so dog whistle terminology and hidden racial language like urban and war on drugs and housing codes were all used to disadvantage families of color. And so this idea that a middle class emerged and economic expansion happened post World War II didn't happen for families of color. It happened for white families. And that was kind of the goal of it, too. And so Black Trash by Charles Mills talks about how for centuries in the United States, blacks were seen as disposable, and their race and their body were linked to their citizenship status and their place in society, and how black families and black individuals are, and the idea of the black body is harder to integrate into the white body politic because of this negative connotation that they have to the word black. And so this idea of white being a natural category is something that was created from society. It's not a natural category. It talks about how space and race are tied together, just like race and class are tied together. So if you have a community of color in one area, it's seen as lower and more trash-like than white areas are. And Charles Mills points out that the phrase black trash is seen as redundant. And so when talking about things like environmentalism, it means two different things for people of color and for white families, because for people of color, environmentalism is something that's white created. And so I think both articles largely focus on how whites created environment or created laws like the GI Bill of Rights to disadvantage people of color.